Last time on Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice.
I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd. Your Honor, as absurd as a blind kid shooting a dude and then not breaking his arm? Okay, look, you got me there, but, okay, I have no excuse for that, I'm sorry.
And now, back to Apollo Justice 2.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Last time we left off, we started the trial for this chapter, and now we're going to continue where we left off, and, yeah. I don't really remember the testimony, so I'm going to have to go through it a bit. Oh, and then there were two Bonnies, by the way. There's a Bonnie and a Betty, so. It's true, I had business in the other state's baths because of the upcoming trick. It was the fire trick, right? The one Mr. Reese was supposed to do? That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. I feel like there's something wrong with that statement, but I don't know what. It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up, you're going to give it away. Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have the chance to kill Mr. Reese. Okay. I think it's this one, but I don't know what yet. Oh! The fire bucket, right? Because it wasn't prepared at all. Boom! Yeah, boys. I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier. Ooh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. No one except me, you mean. Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Huh? We do? I told you to keep it zipped. Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. And it wasn't. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage, except for a layer of dust. Ouch. You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty? You got me! Dang, starting this episode off strong. Betty to fame! You will explain yourself!
There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty, we can't hide it any longer. We might as well tell them. Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try and tell me what to do.
Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she's afraid of fire. Knew the show wouldn't go on. You didn't prepare the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and that the show would then be canceled.
Ah!
This track is fire, dude.
Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. Is that what you want, huh?
Whatever, they can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
You've been chasing the shadow of an illusionary culprit, defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away.
Exactly. Where's your proof, huh?
And yet, I can see that the witness's taste for false words has also been proven. Oh! I advise you confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
Deceitful trickery? As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. Huh. And all these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something. I did something I didn't do. You... Lobster boy, cue ball geezer, head case brat, Cerberus monk.
Oh, it's so good. I love that song. Wow, that was mean. Cue ball geezer.
Head case brat? Really? Benny, calm down. Come on now, deep breaths, deep breaths. And look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you. And how'd you know the show would be called off for the fire trick? I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case.
No. Stop that. Boy. I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case.
Huh?
Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it.
Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim under stage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion. All seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Uh-oh. Ouch! Planned out. After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports, I even browsed tabloid magazines.
How very industrious of you. I'm impressed.
During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. You're so stupid. A practice called the hidden camera prank. Ah! Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan by Take Two TV in advance, correct? Ah! Is that true? Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it anymore. Dang it. Fine, you got it. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Reed showing up dead in that coffin. The set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted. Wow. It was all a prank? It's just a prank, bro.
Mr. Rios comes back out and he's like, dude, I'm fine. It was just a prank. You all went to court for this. Oh, you're such idiots. I'm like, arrest him right now. Wait, what? Bonnie, is this really true?
Yes, Mr. Rios was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go. So he was in on it too. That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in that coffin. And then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went. What? What the heck kind of prank is that? We never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Rios. I'm so completely lost right now.
Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
Alright. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once we'll share how it was done with you. So listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
The bat.
After our teleportation trick, I went down to understage. Mr. Reese's body appeared from the coffin on stage. It was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right. I used remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece. It made him fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Rios to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He's supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That's how it was scripted anyways. For some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he just kind of stayed on the ground. What kind of sick joke is that? Is it gonna be some, like, thing where in the end it was like, haha, hey, dude, guess what? I pranked you guys too! Oh, he was actually dead and you thought, haha, I'm the ultimate prankster, right, guys? But it was all a prank, so it's all good, right? Wait, what? I still get arrested for that? But I mean, yeah, I murdered, but it was in good fun, right? Right? No, stop! Stop! Get away from me! No!
Wow, you guys are jerks. Sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
I mean, Trucy's seen dead bodies before. Would she really be that, like, oh my god? And if he came back to life, she'd just be like, oh, okay, everything's fine, and then, like, get back into it. I don't know. I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Shut up, Bonnie. Whatever, it was all the Rating Raja's idea anyways. Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. I say super duper slowly. This is the prank plan script we got from the Ratings Raja. Sorry, I can't. Okay, cool. Dang it, you made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid.
That's what you deserve.
But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim, and when?
Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Rios is only pretending to be dead in the coffin as part of the prank, then when he was under stage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who is also under stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. Witness, was the victim alive until he entered the coffin? Oh, well, now that we spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video.
Greetings, suitors. It is I, the great Mr. Rios. We're currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with a rubber sword, and when the coffin opens, ho-ho, I will be in it acting as though I'd met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? Ho-ho, I can hardly wait.
I don't know, I still think Roger did it somehow. He's about to hide in the coffin? Come on, that seems forged as crap, don't lie to me. It would seem the threads of comic destiny have led us to the truth. I'm not even gonna... Okay. The victim passed through the understage where Betty to fame was... and came up into the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Rios appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. In defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Rios entered the coffin.
Oh, so does that mean...
I really don't know. I keep trying to think of something, and this case is really good. Like, I know it's Roger. It has to be Roger. I have no idea how, though. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, it is horrible, but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on stage. So wouldn't it be... prosecution? If you're going with that, then you have to bump it down to accidental manslaughter then. Because... unless she knew the dead body was in there, but... whatever. Went into the coffin Mr. Rios was hiding. Trucy Wright thrust a blade. How would she know that, though? It's a prank. You're literally going against your own argument. See? Told you so.
So you're saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank?
It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let's ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? What? Oh, god dang it, Trucy. Why? Why? Tell him, Trucy. You didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
My bracelet didn't twitch, so...
Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence.
It looks like some sort of note. Wait, is that the same?
Ah! Oops. That's... I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. What's this? Let's see. It says, get the video camera after Mr. Rios comes tumbling out. Here's a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Rios' video camera from him, it seems. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank. It does bear a signature. I'll give you that much.
But we know how it was done. Come on, this stuff I know. I don't know anything about the murder. I know everything like about the murder except the murder. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank.
It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright? Of course not. And I didn't write or sign that note. Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. But I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Rios. You have to believe me. No. Oh god, even I'm like, But I can explain it, Apollo, are you so stupid? Silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma, if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Why'd we black out? That was weird. Miss Wright. It is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it.
Ha! I knew it!
That sweet looking girl, a murderer.
She called us in with that act of hers. I told you, I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start.
But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anybody believe me? I mean, there was that one person who just said you didn't do it.
Shut up, you killer!
We won't fall for that anymore.
Come on, Apollo, just...
Objection! This is bad. Everybody shut up. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves.
Very well. Wow, this is really depressing music. I suppose I have no other choice, but it's really cool. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trucy Wright.
Oh yeah, Apollo! It's like, what the heck? I had my verdict, you piece of crap. The defense is an objection. Apollo! You! Even now you would. I don't know what I objected to, but I won't give up. And I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all of her faith in me.
Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything, Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here.
Very well, Mr. Justice. You may proceed.
As we saw in the show footage, There's no question that the defendant thrust a sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value.
So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved?
Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now what was it Tracy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin?
Very well. Let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. You will be severely penalized if I find you are bluffing.
That's fine, Your Honor. That's like all of my badges, though. Good thing I have 5 attorney's badges, though. This shows how that is possible the sword Mr. Wright used was not the cause of death. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out, I guess.
Take that! What's this, a sword from the show?
I mean, yeah, there's another one in here, but... That's right, Your Honor. This former sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword, and she told us on record that she remembers very clearly she did.
I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must use the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one! Do you not know when to give up, Stinkbug? That is not possible. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, was he still alive when... He was killed after, wasn't he? Wait a minute. I bet you he was still alive when he fell out of that thing. But something didn't... No, that's it. That's it. Because then he got raised up again. And that's what that shadow is. Oh, and then he was killed after everyone was evacuated. Oh, and now Roger's alibi doesn't work because he was at the place afterwards. Oh, we got him, boys. That blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater, there was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there. No, I don't think so. If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly did you propose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Roos was alive when he entered that coffin? You don't seem to get it, do you? Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial.
Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue.
Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it. Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. No, I think I got it. I feel like I figured this case out. And if I haven't, well, my bad. But
let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. Oh, I probably should have ended the last episode here instead, but whatever. Advise the prosecution and the defense uses time to prepare.
This game's weird because the sections are so long, but it doesn't split them up for some reason. And case 5 is like 1,000,000 years long. I was looking at it on like the strategy guide, and it's like investigation, trial, investigation, trial, investigation. I was like, so much investigating. That's okay.
Whew, that was hairy.
Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth.
I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sagmati either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on, as if it's nothing.
Let it go and move on, huh? Oh boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Yeah, I thought so. You got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want?
keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Now see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammar Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of True Grammar?
Go away, you creep!
Oh, what's this? Something just changed charged into frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet?
Filming is prohibited inside the courtroom. Do you want me to get the bailiff?
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me.
Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes.
I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I'll put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Put out. But I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Oh, I can't wait until we catch you. They'll be like, wait, no, but I'm famous, right? I'm famous. No, but dead.
Called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Rettens just did, that was some high-level sleight of hand.
Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that?
I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills.
No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings.
Mr. Lawyer? Mr. Lawyer?
Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Oh, well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see,
Hey, dummy, what are you whispering to the lobster boy about?
Betty,
Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you can do or say anything, you harebrain.
but I,
Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me now.
Wait, but I might have needed that. Oh, god dang it. I wonder what's bothering her.
There's no way of finding that out without Betty constantly hovering over her like that. With Betty.
Court is about to reconvene. Wow, that was the shortest 15 minutes of my life. Will you be alright testifying?
Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Rettens has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. He's gonna be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. Ellipses. You're Trucy Wright, and you'll be fine!
Oh! Here goes Apollo with his best trick.
That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine.
Alright, we'll give it a try. I'm Trucy Wright, and I'm fine! Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
Atta girl. Good luck up there in the stand. You'll do great.
Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this.
I should have added a fine counter to this game. Fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine! Alright, Justice, you can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. I don't know what that was. Hope you enjoyed my medley of this game. District courtroom number 6. What if we went to courtroom number 4 and it was still bombed? We're like, oh, sorry, we were too busy with building another courtroom, court number 7. It's like, why didn't you rebuild the 4? And we're like, court's now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch.
Throw the murderer in jail.
The last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see you on stage. Everybody be quiet. Order. Gallery will be quiet or I will have you all thrown out on the spot.
What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Rettens invited.
What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out. Alan, Mr. Wright. The court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. Just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. We're up a convict already.
Give her the death penalty.
Nyah! Nyah! It is I, Winston Payne.
Silence, all of you! I won't tell you again! Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. We say it slowly as possible.
I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words,
I show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourself.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling.
Our Chusi is amazing, isn't she?
Sure is. Doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the true grammar creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for Magical Girl Chusi, right? Watch carefully now, everybody.
Oh, we're actually, okay, cool. The stupendous sword switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp the blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo! There, I switched it. And now... Hup! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber.
Wow, that was pretty impressive. Wow! Bravo, Miss Wright! Yeah, wow, she switched them in a flash!
I can see her do it at all.
She's completely turned the room around.
Hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? Want to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking you on mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain?
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic trick for you now, would I?
Oh!
That's our Chusi.
Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around. That's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right?
Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. Huh. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there. But now that I found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. She didn't do that in the video, right? Now that Miss Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions, spoil this wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Don't ruin the magician's secret. That's stupid, Your Honor. Shut up. Cross-examination.
Alright, here, I'll do it for you a million times.
Objection!
Yep, there we go. Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
What is it, Apollo?
There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage.
What? But that can't be! I performed exactly the same way both times.
Then what's going on here? Oh, the video's fake. Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it.
What? But I did it!
So, it really is the exact moment you switch the swords?
Yes, that's right.
I knew it. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused's lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the sword during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor. That wasn't my intention. I mean...
I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false.
But...
Why is your clap so loud, dude? Sorry, I always go to the Phoenix voice. Now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rios' death was not an accident but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense,
The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice. I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now.
But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it. Will the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? Now, after all this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I've come to see the true intentions of the accused, her murderous intentions. It's such a shame.
But I did switch the swords, I swear.
You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. Hold it! Oh, Bonnie.
Excuse me.
Let's see. You are... which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonnie?
It's Bonnie. You're mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Oh, pardon me. Do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Rios.
Bonnie?
Hold it, yeah. Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? Keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I totally remember saying that. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty. Afraid to defy her. So I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength.
She's just gonna try. Oh my. In case you forgot 2 seconds ago.
Ever the death penalty? Yeah! It is I, Winston Payne. Haha, I'm here again.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Useless flashback. Well, that was a good flashback.
See her encouraged, the way she kept smiling despite everything. She's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm gonna be brave.
The defense requests Betty get off the stand.
What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You practically brainwashed her. The power of Trucy's conviction, that's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart.
Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess?
Yes. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday. But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show's footage. But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well, I have some show footage.
You do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
He did?
To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Oh, there's gonna be a difference in what she did. Ah, okay. Please submit that footage to the court. So that footage was fake the entire time. Well, notice they never showed the dead body in there either. Or the sword, or any... Now let's take a look at this new footage. So, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I like how it plays this old camera sound effect when it's supposed to be the future now. And somehow we're like, nah, yeah. Wow. You can't see Trusty in the shot at all. This is garbage. Okay. She ran away? Wow, okay then. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he?
I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting?
Of course I do.
Okay, so how are we gonna go about this?
Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. I found it, okay? Go, 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 go! I got it! Take that! Yeah, there we go. I was wondering about the cards. This is it, right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards?
Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick.
What? Mr. Justice, does this mean? Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it. It's gonna be me. I know it's gonna be me. Watch, it's gonna be me. That looks like me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be me. Oh, who would have guessed it's me? It's me, totally not the killer. It's you! Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before I start pointing fingers. Who are you? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, wow. How very polite of you. Here's my business card. It's lovely to meet you too, Professor Sodbody. Please take my card. A business card? Ah, yes, I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I've even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crackin'? What's crackin' a lackin', homie, for example? Oh, I love these games. Oh, you're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Rettins, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He's a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby." Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja. Hang loose, Judgy baby. Nice courtroom you got here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. Prosecutor Sodbody, how do you know so much about it? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Bar in a particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to Burger Barn?
Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, whoo! Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers.
Ahem! Prosecutor Zodmonti's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Rettens, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned?
Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Tracy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled.
You do realize you're admitting this, you switched the... Okay, well, never mind. Skog 2. Wait for it. Yeet! Wow, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around, the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be.
Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick.
Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Rios. Hold it! Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Juicy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Rios when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Rios when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. Wait, but no, Bonnie would be able to account for that. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon. Nobody'd be the wiser. No, we can disprove that. I see. Indeed, there's a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon is the stage. It might be easy to just see it for yourselves. Yeah, this is something I was noticing like a while back. Where is it? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait, what is she holding? Why is she holding a brick thing, anyways? Yeah, see right there? The whoosh. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. Yeah, there's a whoosh. There's a whoosh. There's a whoosh! This suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she had behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. What?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
What? I'm sorry. Am I being dumb? How does that in any way look like that? It's going up. What? What? I don't know if I'm being stupid or if this is the game. That doesn't make any sense.
And the fact that the judge is literally about to be like, not to mention, well, don't look that way.
What? This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Are we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage?
That's the second misunderstanding.
You see? There's your second misunderstanding right there, of course. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot.
That'll be fine with me. Prosecutor Zodmonti.
This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed.
Alright, with Prosecutor Zodmonti's permission. Please give us your testimony, Mr. Rettens.
Roger Rettens, the raging Raja's now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. Witness testimony. It wasn't deliberate, I tell ya.
Footage is meant to be edited, I tell ya. Scenes are spliced together and longer boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just coincidence that that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage? Probably. I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence. Oh! Yeah, of course we do. This contract. So you're saying it was a coincidence, the swords, okay. I already know what it is, that's right, glad you got the picture. Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection, how cool. Trip packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again, I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There, I got some good stuff there. Mr. Rettens, filming's prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination. I already know what it is, and if I'm wrong, well, then you suck. That was the crappiest song I've ever heard in my life.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why this sword-switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot. It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell ya, people tell you how to do your job, but they don't know the first thing about it. I mean, I don't know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract you and Miss Wright signed just before the magic show, and for some reason I couldn't present this as evidence. It had to be the clipboard. The contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads, if through the fault of the second party, the show must be canceled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as a compensation to the first party. The $3 million?! That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more, and of course Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Renz had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How do you do that? There's a trick to the clipboard that he used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy your signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. Well, $3 million. That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add to your testimony, Mr. Rettens. Where's your proof linking me to that tricked out clipboard? You don't have it, do you?
Objection!
Yeah, there we go, boys. You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, what a kill you to enunciate in front of the camera. You know, like a newscaster. I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on this contract. It's exactly the same. Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. Yes, keep going. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Rettens. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right? Objection. What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right, I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show, so I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? You didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Huh, fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'm starting to think, is he somehow the original Mysterious or something? I don't know. I can't prove it with anything. The things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Rettens and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must have been some hidden connection between them. Hidden?
Connection?
What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It's futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims. You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my arguments, you'll wish you'd take me a whole lot more seriously. Will I really? Very well then. Do proceed.
Did you figure something out, Apollo?
Nope, not a thing.
What?
That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing. Courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training.
I hope you know what you're doing.
If you're gonna make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Rettens? Rettens is the magician too. I don't even need to say it for that one. Sleight of hand trick Mr. Rettens did during the recess earlier. Huh? Dylan? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What if Mr. Rettens is the magician too? What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me. Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Mr. Wright somewhere along the way. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As the passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit, he's not gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Rettens perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? That's actually pretty ironic that you're recommending me an eye doctor. Do you know who I am? I am Apollo Perceives Justice. I perceive anything you say. Why is my bracelet not going off? Oh crap, I'm wrong. No, we just forgot about it during the trials. I take it off during the trial. If a connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will toward the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy water of Mount Pony Pony. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. Ha ha ha! A numbskull for a numbskull. Well, this numbskull is thick-skinned, so there.
I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it?
Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Grammari.
Oh?
No way! Yeah, it is. He is, isn't he? I was right. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see. And what sort of evidence do you have for us?
Evidence that points to the real killer, the one who had a motive to commit this crime.
What?
Oh my god. I laugh because it's so stupid. Okay. Sorry, I'm still getting over the fact that you're so stupid. Okay, I'm good now. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Sorry. What have you come up with? Choose your right is the sole heir to true grammar in its name. This puts her square in crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge.
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice?
The one who was canceled. 13 years ago, the great Mr. Rios belonged to Troop Grammar, but then the troop ousted him, and Mr. Rios vowed to get revenge on them someday. What better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir?
Mr. Rios is the victim, Mr. Justice. You've named a dead man as your suspect.
But is he really dead?
What do you mean, is he really dead?
If the fact that Mr. Rios is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? Mr. Rios isn't the victim. What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Rios? Are you stupid, kid? I'm not even gonna answer that. What? You mean the victim was an imposter?
Oh, not Mr. Rios. And what about the real Mr. Rios?
It would mean the real Mr. Rios is still alive. Okay, that's enough. I'm sick of your garbage. That's absurd.
Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Rios is not the victim of this case?
Really? Players, if you haven't figured this out by now, then I think you're stupid. Sorry. Finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. So my first theory was right the whole time! Oh my god! Oh my god. The real killer, the one who had hated Troop Grammar and wanted to sully its name. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Rios in his stead. Really? I have to name him. The real Mr. Rios is Bonnie to Fame. Phoenix Wright.
Take that! But that's...
Yes it is. Roger Rettens is the real Mr. Rios.
What?
Him?
Objection.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Shut up, defense. Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly approve to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die fans of the genre would stick around that to violent. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mr. Rios in yesterday's magic show is a fake. And to do that, I just need you to look at this spot on the poster. Oh, of course. I didn't even realize he was missing his scars.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Rios sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, in the footage, he doesn't... No, of course. The video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury.
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Now, Mr. Rettens, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Rettens, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there, because I require no tricks or gimmicks. So you see, my magic is the real deal. Oh, there it is.
Is this what you were hoping to see?
Oh, there it is, the scar!
Bum bum bum! Just as I thought. That's right, I'm the forgotten magician abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mysterious. This
He's totally...
absurd! Wow, I called this! Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? That this odious mark, carved by me into Troop Grammar would bring me back into the limelight once more. Strange are the comic threads before me. The witnesses were the real Mysterious. Then who was the victim who perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mysterious. In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle. And what did this man take over for? Okay, never mind. About 2 years ago, I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so, a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight, courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Rent, or should I say, Mysterious. In your hatred of Troop Grammar, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And then set up Miss Wright to take the fall, didn't you? You did all just to tarnish the Grammar name. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal elements run the blood of these Grammarites. But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one who used it for murder instead? Ah! Yikes! Ah!
His head!
Just kidding. What the heck was that? Heed my words, loyal lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. But I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It neither implies tricks nor gimmicks. Enough of the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Suddenbody? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Renton was at Take-Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Ah, that's right. I forgot all about that. Oh, so what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter? Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. Very well then, on with the show. Are you watching, Magnified Grammar? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Grammar line will be no more. Witness testimony. My perfect alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. You ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. Understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident, so how could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi.
But that can't be right. If Mr. Renz is the killer, he'd have to have been at the theater.
There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you, there are no holes in Mr. Rios' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic does not need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest, in my real alibi. No. What? I said no! Oh, well, there goes my alibi.
Hold it!
We did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show is progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? Ho ho ho, allow me a stab at reading your mind. Aha, could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver is a big fan of the ratings, Raja. I even gave him my card. Gave the driver his card? That's very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Rating Raja special program. Yeah, hang loose, baby. It's called Desperation Regeneration. You switch personas just to say that? What's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? I want to suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice. Is the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime.
You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on?
In any case, I was overseeing production of the program during the Penrose performance.
Hold it!
How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic is neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he cannot have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same.
Really has made a rock solid alibi for himself.
Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now?
Hold it!
I got it! You have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? Again with the twin business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe in defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. Okay, it looks like that did nothing. His alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. Well, I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant. There is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bold that it is resting on top of your owner's head. It is? God, why is my clap so loud? The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm.
Apollo, Truce will be thrown in prison, and we'll be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price?
I told you, I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Think, Justice. You have to figure this out. It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Ho ho ho, behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great mysterious. And stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his?
That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there.
In other words, you make us see illusions, right?
We call it misdirection. When we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is.
Could it be? You know what, Mr. Rettens? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. Sorry. What are you going on about, lad?
Have you got something, Apollo?
I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Retten's magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. I don't really know. It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there, and what when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Athena, there's something uncanny about this case.
Okay, what is it?
Retten's alibi. It's too perfect.
That's true. It's like it's impossible to break no matter how hard we try.
So, he was killed after, right? That's what we're gonna do. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think.
I'm not following.
We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi.
Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? It's definitely a possibility.
Ahem. Well, then events care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there. Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Renz's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection.
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage. But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprit's, then whose is it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor, during the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out in the show footage.
Take that!
Doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? It's right. Could you identify the shadow for the court?
Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire.
Could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too?
No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there.
In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Oh, the body was pulled up. There was a sword up there. Oh! Didn't we find cuts on Mr. Hat or something? He was slashed a bit. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh my god. How did I not realize this? Some other figure, I'm afraid to be more further than that. He's right. We've come this far. So I figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage? Skaboom!
Take that!
If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Rias. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim. Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Rettens? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air. So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in that coffin, the victim flew up into the air, just as the prank script says? Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that's the last trick, ladies and gentlemen. Is the true piece de resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show. Oh!
Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out.
Yes, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Retten's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at the time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? Yep. Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die, when he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought that he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called back to stage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort.
What? You mean...
Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And then stabbed. And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick.
What?
Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Rettens was at the time of death. Ugh. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. And Mr. Man of Mystery were connected. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up into the blade in the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade.
Oh, in that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape.
The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up the cushion.
Hold it. I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trissy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it.
You were used, Betty. Roger Rettens used you.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Rettens arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage.
But how did he have time to do all that?
When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Rettens, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say, murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Grammar Eye! God dang, he was about to freak out! Be quiet, Sonmani! Thank you, Matt Mercer. Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, and embellic, putrid red pepper. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sonmani? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Rettens retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the bloodstained sword was found, after all. That's a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage. Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. It appears that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you've done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time at last to let it go and move on. Are you seeing this magnified Grammar Eye? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammar Eye name is done for.
Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here.
I know. That's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor.
This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script.
Right. So theoretically, there should be no evidence for us to find or use, which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Rettens couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Rettens, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Yes! We're doing it again! Oh, we didn't do this last time! Yes! As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. What part of the magic show wasn't a part of the original plan? Bonnie's mistake. Boom! Bonnie made a mistake. Logic time, boys. Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick? Her life choices! Mr. Hat's positioning. Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of the left, she had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. The culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Blood was on the wrong side of the coffin too, because he was flipped around. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood in the left hole. The blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. The killer originally put the blood on the left side. That means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, culprit must have... Oh, swap the coffin sides. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. Boom.
That's right! The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstains fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin. It's just the evidence I need.
Boom. Logic.
Sorry, Mr. Rettens, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt.
Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real. No trick.
Objection!
No. No. There are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion.
What?
After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Ugh! And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Roger Rettens tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place.
They're reversed.
Take that!
The fingerprint results.
What about the fingerprints is unnatural?
Let's take a look at the prints that the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his print should have looked like this. However, what we found was that they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? Ugh!
It is strange, isn't it? But how'd they get this way?
They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought that Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin, and that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin, as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole in the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that, due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright has thrust the sword in the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite to the one Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels.
Oh, and that's how the fingerprint on the coffin ended up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side?
I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor. Because of a little something called luminol testing.
Ah, right. Luminol. I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right?
That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Rettens? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I? Ugh.
Objection!
Trucy Wright could have done the same thing just as easily. You have no proof that it was the witness who tampered with the evidence. Ah, but I do have proof.
What?
A person who's in the magic show would have never made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side, least of all Mr. Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Ugh! Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sadmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Ah! Ow, 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 ow!
Prosecutor Sadmati, are you alright?
As for the true culprits, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it, and someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident.
And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Rettins. Grammari! All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled. Permanently! All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Huh. Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Rios. Witness our magic for greater than true grammar eyes. Burn! Crumble! Fall into my furious flames! The great Mr. Rios will bring an end to you all! And now, for the final answer to the grammar I name, right here, right now, to you two, shall burn! Huh? No, this isn't right. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop! No! Curse you, Grammari! Curse those grammar eyes. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss!
Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnified Grammar, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnify, he took it all from me.
But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not be used as a means for murder.
What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all.
I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician.
Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see? So in the end, Troupe Grammar was defeated by the great Mr. Rios. Oh, you're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Grammari! You lose! If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. Oh, be quiet. Bailiff, take Mr. Rettins away. And bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down? Miss Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer, as I do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty.
Woo! Yay!
Aw, yeah. I got my beats back, I'm happy. I'm stone-faced as always. Court is adjourned! Everybody get out! I don't want you here anymore.
Wow, Judge didn't have to be so mean about it.
I'll be as mean as I want to be, Apollo. You are not allowed to tell me how mean I am allowed to be.
Defendant lobby number 3.
Thank you for everything, Polly. Help Trucy. Grazie a Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Rios is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him.
No. No, 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 no. I don't like the way she's looking at me.
Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Renton's used us. We're victims too. He even made me accomplice a murder. But Betty, you have to take some of the blame for this too, you know? Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Rettons. Huh. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. But Betty, why? I used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! I always hated her. Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself. But Betty, you still have her autograph from that day. Ah! Shut up!
Was she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Wow, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough.
Come on, Bonnie, we're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy. Polly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Huh? No way. She's not.
Why? Really? Who do you think I am? Do you think I'm a goldfish? I don't need to flash back to this. It just happened. Like, this happened like 2 minutes ago. What do you want from me, game?
Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Renton said to heart.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful grammar magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful grammar magician because of this.
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook?
The Grammar Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you perform your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You were everything Magnify could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy.
Great magician? Me?
You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Renton said.
Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remember what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? Want any proof it wasn't me? I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy, and I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm gonna prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine!
Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma?
I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too. You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Something wrong, Emma? Oh!
Oh. Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Detective Sky.
Yes?
I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait! Prosecutor Sadmati! The trial's over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What?
You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul, I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me. Why'd you change, man? There he goes.
What's that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Acquaintances? Seemed like something more than that.
Yeah, well...
You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future.
Sure, if you say so.
Hey, it's Mr. Wright.
Put him on speakerphone, Apollo.
Beep. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo, how's Trucy? What happened to the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Dad. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout, plus we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
Whew, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now, in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world! What? Full-fledged.
So Dad asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? This is my sister, right?
No, he just asked me to go cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but...
Good, then it's settled.
Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Why do I have a feeling I know what's about to happen? Oops.
Objection!
I should have known. That this is what she meant!
Magical little Trucy, right? Well, that form our greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute, you're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die!
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No, wait, stop! No!
And that is how Trucy and Grandma Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of an ending is that? Oh, I love this game. How I love it so. Oh, and it just ends. Well, okay, well, I guess that's fitting enough. All right. Well, that was chapter 2. That went on a lot longer than I thought it would, but oh well. I'll probably cut down. Oh no. I'm gonna wrap up today's episode here for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. So you're gonna see more Sauce Awesome Game. We'll play until the end as always, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.